Hi guys, my name is Sam Senior and I'm running for the Vice President of Education Welfare.
Hello, I'm Lloyd Gale and I am running for the position of VP Education and Welfare Pontypridd.
I'm Jade, I'm running for the Vice Presidency of Education and Welfare.
My name is Tom Sinore. I'm standing for the Vice President Education and Welfare.
My name's Awele Uzoma Otakwa and I am going for the Vice President Education and Welfare.
I've been a student at the university now for 4 years and I know all the troubles the students go through. For the last year I was sat on the student council as the student council officer for Treforest.
Well, I'm a very passionate student. I feel very passionate about improving the student union and maintaining its legacy. I feel very passionate about not just becoming, not being part of something that just represents students, that's important, but also actively lobbying, actively campaigning, not just becoming a sort of an extension of the university body, but actively seeking out to challenge it and representing the students as well.
Yeah, the reason I want students to vote for me because I have an ardent supporter for human well-being. As being coming out for the education and welfare, I have a policy that I need to meet the standard of students, maybe in academically challenging in any way of lifestyle, because I have a kind of a passion for I like people being into their well-being and have their say.
Students should vote for me because I take education and welfare very important. The welfare of every student is important because being here as a student, you're paramount and your first importance is to get good education because you're paying an amount of money for it. So your welfare is very important because if you're not having a sound state of mind, if you're not getting the best of the environment, you cannot give back as much as your lecturers are giving you.
Students should vote for me because in the past 3 years I've had experiences where I've needed to get engaged with the union and get some results for myself, and I've needed the help that was never there, so I'm pushing to provide that help for all the students on campus.
One of the issues is I feel like everyone has a sense of when they first arrive at university, a feeling of maybe not fitting in or loneliness. Some students can feel that. One of the things I aim to tackle is that feeling of unity within the student union.
They are not financially buoyant, and two, maybe in terms of academically, maybe they are having one of academically challenge in terms of maybe the mode of learning or the way students are learning these days. Maybe they don't understand the principle behind what they are trying to teach them.
Three main issues students are facing today in terms of welfare: communication, finances, I think, feedback. Communication in the sense that some students find it difficult communicating between themselves and their parents. Parents is not getting enough finance to keep you going on campuses, and getting assessment from the lecturers back. You do a coursework and you don't get assessment on time. How do you know how to better yourself?
In terms of welfare, the biggest one would be financial issues. Not everyone gets the grants and loans, so that'd be the main one. The second main one would be studies. It's hard to study all the time. It's difficult to manage your time, and something I push for is time management and lecture issues. And the third one in welfare, I would say, is home issues. People come on campus or live away in their houses and they don't get any help or support, and that's what I will fight for.
The main issues that I think students are facing with welfare are housing advice, which is one of my main parts of my manifesto. Also, I can't plan.
I'm supposed to know this, but I've forgotten.
I don't know what the liberation campaigns for the union actually are at the moment. That is something I can actually currently look into. It's something I need to look into, and I can get an answer to anyone who wants an answer for that. If they just want to get in contact with me, I can find out and get an answer back to you.
I don't know.
Something I feel passionate about is making people more in touch with the liberation groups, such as the women's position, the LGBT officer, the black officer, the minorities, all of those liberation groups. I feel it very important that people feel that they have a voice in that they can go to.
For the school to want to have that big infrastructure and realignment, having to close down some campuses might be a disadvantage to students who have lived all their life at that particular place, but we should also look at it from the school's perspective. If they have all those assets and it's not being used, then I think moving all the students to another particular place could be the best thing for them, even if we students see it and think it's not the best advice or it's not the best approach.
Wow, it's important that we push for the Equal for Better campaign, which is making sure that within the merger, students don't go away with a worse time that they originally thought they would. With campuses moving, there's a possibility that we could be, not overpopulated, but more populated than we would anticipate. And facilities might be sort of overstretched.
In terms of campus elation, when we talk about like the student union, the student union are the voices of the students. They are there to back up the students if they have any challenges in the school or in the academics. That is where the student union is being established in all schools. And I believe during my first degree in school then, I was happened to be one of the social activities then in school, which I end up making a lot of impact to the life of students.
Campus realignment is a big issue for all students because they're closing certain campuses, which means certain courses become available. Myself, I've been a victim of this. My third year, I lost the choice to take a module and it affected my choices. So when campuses get realigned, it affects the way students appeal to the university and they don't want to take certain courses because they can't study what they want to. So it means students may decide they don't want to come to this university anymore, and that will be a big issue.
I think the main issue that's going to be is the Treforest campus is going to become overrun with a lot of students. Another thing that this will affect is parking, which, because there's a lot of students in Newport and Caerleon, so the people that come to Treforest they'll be compact into one campus, so I don't think it's a very good idea.
Right now.
The song that would best describe me and why.
What song would best describe me? Okay.
That's a very difficult question because I've got far too many favourite songs.
The best song that would describe me is
this is really, really cheesy. Okay. I would say this is really cheesy, but Gold by Stand-Up Ballet, because I want to fight for the best for our student union.
Michael has to do with soul provider because everything that has to do with the welfare of human being always affects me as a living human. So the soul provider is something that touches your mind and you are acting